I'm Jeremy Patterson. I am Chief Creative Technology Officer at LittleSeed. And this is the product that we've been working on for quite a few years. It started off as a research project at Nationwide Children's Hospital. And we licensed the technology in order to bring it to market to hospitals around the country. Most of the reason that we're doing that is because personally, me being involved with this project from the beginning and from its inception, seeing how it's been able to change patient visits into something that's full of, in some cases, tears, into situations where patients and families are actually smiling and happy to be in clinic. The change is profound, and it left me with the impression that this is something that needs to be in more people's hands. And I think it really has the ability to be able to change things for the better for a whole lot of kids and families, especially kids that need to go in for any kind of chronic condition, kids that are in the hospital a lot, even down to kids that are just going in to get a shot. They don't want to be there. There's no reason that has to be something that's a trying experience, and this certainly helps out with that. So the whole idea behind this started many years ago when we were trying to figure out a way to make the experience of a patient coming in for infusions a little bit better. And so the idea that immediately came to mind was using virtual reality to distract and to basically take the patient from that room into a fantasy world so they're not paying attention to what's going on. When we started this, little did we know that nobody else on the planet was trying to do this. And so we encountered all kinds of problems with off-the-shelf headsets wouldn't work for us. We needed games the kids could play without using their hands, which didn't exist. And so it kind of left us in a situation where we had to invent and build all this stuff from the ground up. And in the end, we were successful in doing that. Put it through a clinical pilot study to gauge its effectiveness, and it worked very well. And in the end, we ended up pretty much defining the category of VR for distraction in medical clinics, because nobody else is really doing this, and nobody else is doing it as well as we're doing it. So what we have here is one of the headsets that we use. Like I said, it needed to be something that was sized for kids, that was lightweight. The units that we started off with as prototype units were made out of cardboard and incorporated headphones and our proprietary breath catcher, because breathing is one of the things that you use to play the games with this. One of the things that we noticed with the cardboard version was it looked like a box, and so kids maybe didn't want to come into a clinic that were already anxious, and they didn't want to put a box on their face. And so what we ended up doing was making the headset look like one of the characters from the games, and that completely changed the game, because then it became something that you didn't even have to tell a kid to put it on. They wanted to put it on, which was really awesome. So we make our own headsets. We also make our own games that run on mobile phones. And so what you do is you put the phone into the headset, plug it in, and then it's all ready to go for a patient. That's all the configuration that needs to go into it, which is great, because in busy clinics, nurses can't take a lot of time, doctors can't take a lot of time to set this up. So you kind of have to set it up and have it ready to go in a few seconds. And so that's exactly what this does. So you take the phone, plug it in, drop it into the headset, and now it's ready to go. And so now we can take it over, we can put it on a patient, ask a few questions to make sure everything is working okay. Can you see the pinwheel in there?
Yeah.
If you blow, do you see it spin?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And we can actually see all that happening from here too. This is the remote control dashboard where we can see what the patient is seeing. We can control what's going on, and we can help out with games if we need to. The other really cool part of this is parents and siblings love this, because they can control the games, they can see what's going on, and it turns us into a group activity. We didn't expect that to happen when we did this, but it was the case, and it just changes the entire feeling of the room. It goes from being something where nobody wants to be there to people having fun in a hospital room, which is completely unexpected, but that's one of the great things about this.